I was born and raised here in Freedmanstown, born at the old JD Hospital on Gillette and what is that street now? San Felipe? No, what is that street? Allen Parkway. Allen Parkway, yes. And grew up here, lived on the south side of West Gray, which was a hidden community that a lot of people did not know about because we were so close to the Montrose Fairview area back over there, Hyde Park, they called it. Um, Went to Gregory School, elementary, and then went to Lincoln Junior Senior High School. I was really proud to be a student at Gregory Elementary because my grandmother went there and my mother. So we had 3 generations to go there before the school closed and Lincoln was open. But growing up in Fourth Ward was it was interesting, but on the other hand, it was hard because we were poor and we didn't know we were poor though. We had the things we needed, but we didn't have everything we wanted, and that was fine. That caused us to work hard for the things that we wanted. I started working when I was 13 years old, wasn't legal, but Darrell Patterson was running the mayor's little summer youth program. And I told him I was 14, but I wasn't. I was gonna be 14 later that year. But he gave me the job, and I had been working since I was 13 years old. And that was such a wonderful experience for me because I had my own money. I had my own money, and I was able to help my mom, who was a single parent, buy my sister and my brother's school clothes. Money went a long ways then. But I was able to do that with the money that I had earned during the summer. We played in the streets. There was an area, we lived on Cook Street. 1606 Cook was one of the addresses where my grandmother lived. And that's where we were every day because our parents worked, my mom worked. So we played outside, dodgeball, football. When we got ready to play baseball or softball, we went down to an area called the Oaks. At the end of Cook Street, turned into Oak Place. Right now there are a lot of high rises and things over there now, but it was a very shaded area, big open field where we could play softball. And that's where we played our softball. As a matter of fact, a church out of Pasadena, and it was a white church, they would come, his name was Carol Potts, I will never forget him, he and his wife. They would come to a little area right off of Fairview. They had rented a building or something, their church. They were doing outreach ministry. And they would come pick us up for Sunday school. And they would take us there, but in the meantime, they developed a, Little League type activities for us where we played volleyball, softball, and basketball in tournaments. And our parents would let us go. My grandmother would let us go. And we would get on a bus and go to Pasadena. Now, I don't know back then, this was in the 70s. And black people in Pasadena were very few. You didn't see many of them. So we played against white teams. And Mr. Potts was very instrumental in our lives because they taught us some stuff. They taught us how to have sportsmanship, how to get along with each other, and they taught us the word. So that part of my life I've never ever forgotten. Even when I left and went to college and left college and came back and got married, I invited Mr. Potts to my wedding because he had made such an influence on my life. And going through going through school at Lincoln was a whole nother experience, whole nother world. But it was so rewarding because then we were able to go to school. Back then, Lincoln it was very integrated. We had blacks, whites, and then in the 70s, mid 70s, no, or around 74, 75, the the Vietnamese, I think it was Vietnamese, started coming in and they were living over in Allen Parkway. Um, so we had just like a melting pot there. I was very active in school, played sports, um, on the student council, president of this, president of that. Just had a lot of experience, which has helped me to where I am today. Had wonderful teachers at Lincoln, wonderful teachers, both black and white. Um, Teachers that impacted my life to the point to where I knew that I did not want to live poor as we saw it then. I knew I wanted to better myself and do more in life. And I was pushed to do that, and I thank God for that because it was a very, I guess I should say, an experience that, something you can't go back and reinvent. It was something that happened in my life that, I would cherish and hold on to that forever. The other part of my life was growing up in the churches here. I grew up at Mount Horeb Missionary Baptist Church, originally 1205 Victor Street. Because we had a fire, we moved to we built on 118 West Gray Street. That was the core of my character, I should say, character building. We had members of the church, we call them matrons then, that taught us in Bible classes and Sunday school and youth activities. The pastor, Pastor Smith, who has been there all my life, since I was about 8 years old, I joined Mount Horeb. But Pastor Smith has been very instrumental in developing my character as well. He took me when I was 17 years old to my first national convention in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We'll never forget that, 1975. My first time ever flying and first time ever being outside of Fourth Ward, other than Pasadena. But that too was a milestone in my life that I think gave me, I was a senior at that time, and it just gave me the motivation to do more, to go out there, to be a people person, to help people, and that's where I am today. I just hope that we as a community, meaning Freedmanstown, can work together to save what we have here because it's so rich, it's so valuable. I just don't think any more developers coming in destroying our properties. That cannot happen anymore. What we have here, we need to build on it and make this area one of the best tourist sites ever in the United States of America. And I know that it could be. There's a lot of stories here. There's a lot of history that's not told, that can be told. There were residents here that were, very influential in this community. We had teachers, doctors, lawyers, and we have people that have left this community that can come back and give back. And that's what I would like to see. I would challenge all those that I went to school with that are now owning their own businesses, doing their thing. Come back and give to this community. There's some youth groups out here that could definitely use the support and just volunteering. If you don't have the monetary time, money to give, but come back and give your time. Time is important. If you can just come and volunteer, find out what's going on where you grew up, because it's not dead. People always say Fourth Ward is dead, but no, it's not. Freedman's Town Fourth Ward is alive and well.